Hello, I'm Ms. Zorab and this is Byther Farm, and today I want to introduce you to my new garden. Over the winter months I've been out here working whenever it wasn't too wet or too windy. Week by week I've been sharing with patrons the progression and the development of the ideas and the actual creation. And this video is excerpts from my Patreon videos showing you how I've developed this new area that I'm calling the Patron's Garden. So this morning I have started putting together this frame. Now this was a polytunnel, in inverted commas, a growing tunnel that we bought second hand as a complete kit. My plan is to get it put together as much as I can, and then put those metal grid panels that we have all over it, which I'm hoping will give it a bit more strength, and it will also allow me to grow either beans or roses or a vine or even something like spaghetti squash up and over it. I can't really express just how pleased I am at getting this done, and at how well one of these will fit over. I'm starting today, as I have done every day for the last week or so, by bringing out a couple of loads of wood chippings out to the pathway. So behind me here is the archway that I put up, well, a fortnight ago now. And I've laid down some membrane, and this is going to be my quite wide pathway from one end of the food forest to the other. I'm really excited. This is nearly finished and it's almost time to start planting on the edges of it. So this chicken wire went across here that way, and this was Big White's field all behind me. So what I'm thinking is, as the plants develop and grow, they will encroach over the edge of the pathway, so it won't be such a hard line. The line will get softened, we'll have access to pick food as we go along, and I'm really hoping that this becomes a really attractive walkway. Hello! I think Monty is going to help me. Are you going to help this morning? So I'm really keen to start getting one or two plants in along the edge of this pathway, just to help me visualise even more what it's going to look like. So there we go, that's the first plant in that's been moved. Back out in the Patron's Garden again today, and I switched the water on so the ducks can have a refill in their pond. Hello girls and boys, yes, hello. There you go. So my plan for today is to think about what's going to happen in the next area here. And the thing I was thinking of when I was making the video about perennial vegetables, and I was researching the different veg that are available, and plants that I don't consider to be vegetables but that can be eaten. I thought it might be really nice to create a bed here of plants that look like flowers, so it would just look like a herbaceous border, but in fact are all edible plants. I'm really conscious that so much of the food forest just looks quite utilitarian, and I quite like pretty gardens too, so I'd like to create some areas that are pretty, but then if they're edible as well, that's just a bonus. The last few days I have got the next piece of grid onto the tunnel here. I'm really pleased to have been able to get out into some fresh air. It is still around freezing, so not much digging happening in terms of planting things, but I can at least get things tidied up, sorted out, moved around. Before it froze, I've managed to get in a climbing rose called Gertrude Jekyll. That's from David Austin Roses. I absolutely love it. Very, very deep pink flowers, very, very strongly scented. It is a really lovely rose. I've also brought over, I think I said in my video the other day, brought over this great big raised bed. This was a surprised raised bed that Mr. J and I made last year. We weren't expecting to be making a bed, but the bits of wood were there, so we just screwed them together. And this is what I grew the Pacific giant pumpkins in last year, so it was over that side behind the raspberries. Part of the reason I want bedding here is that I've noticed the ducks are pushing the edges of the pathway across as they're dibbling underneath it. If I've got some raised beds and I put some edging down, that will hold this pathway edging in place, and it will also give me some depth to which I can fill up with wood chips, and hopefully that will look neat and tidy. I don't have an obsession with tidiness in the garden. I'm quite happy for it to look reasonably wild and natural, but for pathways that are effectively a major roadway from A to B, I do want them safe, I want them secure, I want them comfortable. Mr. J and I have come out to do an assessment of the area behind me, decide what we need to do to it to do the next stage of our garden. Well, that was a pretty good start. I can't believe how much we've got done in half an hour. Amazing job. I filled the bottom, probably bottom half of it with cardboard and egg boxes and wood and some logs, and got that, as deep as I could. And then I put a cross brace about halfway so that this box won't go a bow outwards with the volume of soil in it. And then I've brought this over and put this on top, and it's about it's a good 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches of this soil improver. 6 to 8 inches, and it's lovely. It smells almost sweet. I'm really excited about it. I expect you're a bit excited. Now this is not a Monty poop tray. It is not a giant Monty poop tray. Thank you. You can walk on it. You can, but please stay out of it for other purposes. I covered you in soil. I'm sorry, boy. So this is now ready to get planted up with the flowering plants that are also edible. Hello. But I'm going to wait for a couple of days. We're due this rain, and I think that will sink this down and compact it a bit. So once it's done that, I can bring out some more, top it up, and then I'll plant in here. It's the 27th of February. The sun is just glorious. It's in the 60s today, which is just lovely. But it's due to get much colder again tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So I'm out here as much as I can, just pottering and just enjoying the warmth and the sunshine, getting lots of vitamin D, because I know tomorrow I'm going to be back in thermals and a polo neck jumper and it'll be raining, so I'll be inside grizzling about that, no doubt. I have constructed a new raised bed here. This is 16 feet long, 4 feet wide, and maybe it's 3 feet wide, I don't know. This is made from the offcuts, sort of the top section of the asparagus bed, and I've put it here. I've put the cross braces in, and I've put in extra pieces at the bottom to make sure it touches as best possible the ground. It's not perfect by any means, but it's absolutely going to do the job for continuing to create this patron's garden. So in here I've got several ideas about what I might do. My main plan for this raised bed is to put in, well, actually lots of flowers that I really like, for it to be an area that will support our pollinators, attract them to the garden. So lots of flowering things, lots of fragrant plants. Just over there is the raised bed with all the edible perennials in it. And I have a bit of a hankering for some floral prettiness in the garden. So this lovely big border will become a floral display. That's the wrong word really, but it will have flowers in it. Mr. J has just started smashing up wood. It's not a quiet time of day, so I'm pretty sure this one goes down here somewhere. I am referring to the planting plan that I made. I've taken a photo of it and I've got it on my phone. So that's where I've got to so far. Some plants are in, some raised beds are made, they're planted up. There's still quite a way to go. I'll continue to share this development over on Patreon, but it does mean that every now and then you may see glimpses of this new garden area in my videos. And so wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you'll join me again next time.